welcome back to Bachelor Buzz, the best place to come for recaps on your favorite reality TV dating show and the latest in Bachelor Nation news. We're your hosts, Arena.
And I'm Julia, and today I'm drinking water.
I am too.
We water every day. Oh my gosh, it's been trouble getting our recording going, right, Arena? This is like our third attempt to do it.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had Bellinis, we had everything all set up, but being moms, my child kind of got in the way of that. So we had to postpone it. But we're so glad to be together today to do our recording.
Yeah.
And today we are talking about Jenn, season 21, episode 2 of The Bachelorette. Woo.
Yeah. So we start out with that cold opening. I don't know, Julia, if you want to go into that a little bit. What did you
Yeah, so the
see?
cold open, I love the cold open. It was Devin and Thomas Wynn just fighting, hashing it out, and they're like outside, they're yelling at each other, and then it's just like, oh gosh, what is this gonna be? And then it cuts to Jen just like getting excited to be in Australia.
I know.
She's like, I'm
So,
in Australia. She's like, I'm alone. Where are the men? And then all the guys are on a bridge and they
mhm.
shout Jen, which like,
Jen!
oh my
Like they do
God.
every
There's
season.
it's just like every time, but like I guess we should expect it.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, but it was fun. So they're in Australia now, and I'm really excited because I love Australia,
Mhm.
as you guys
So like they
know.
start out, the guys find out who's going on the first group date, and it's to Queen Victoria Market. So it's that typical walk around as a group date thing where they try different foods and see the culture and everything. So
Mhm.
we have people like Devin on that date, Aaron, who we know they get into it, and then some other people on that date as well, and so then during that group date, Devin takes her away for a little bit. They go and taste some ice
Yeah.
cream, and the guys are miffed. But guys, this happens all the time every season. So
Yeah.
let's
It's
like
like
get a
the
grip.
typical storyline is playing out
Mhm.
immediately where one person is being assertive
Yeah.
and everybody else is confused as to why on earth they would do that and why don't they respect everyone else in the house. It's like this is not like summer camp. This
Yeah.
is not everybody just trying to have fun. This is to
Mhm.
find love with one
Yes.
person. So in
Mhm.
order to do that, you kind of have to be ballsy. You have to take initiative.
Yes.
And I mean, I get it because it is a group date, and he didn't like win anything at the end. He didn't get the rose or anything. So I get that they were like annoyed because he didn't really like earn that time. But again, like he's he got the time.
Yeah.
You'll never get something if you don't ask for it. So
Exactly.
but yeah, like honestly though, like the rest of the date was so silly. Like they were just trying weird things. Like I think they had like kangaroo testicle shots
Mhm. Did
and
Vegemite,
they tried Vegemite. Yeah. A lot of the guys are non-dairy. We also learned that too. So,
which is
kind of
cool.
interesting to
Yeah,
hear.
Sam
Yeah,
and
relatable.
poor Sam N was very much like, I feel kind of like I'm missing my shot, or I'm not shooting my shot, and I
Oh.
can't have dairy. Like it was so like, aw. See, now I'm like, you're not the villain, Sam N. For
Yeah.
various reasons we'll
Yeah,
get to
he's not
later.
a villain, I guess. We'll
Yeah,
see. I mean, still early, guys.
true,
But
true. But
yeah,
I
so
see some people already.
yeah, I
Um,
know. Oh yeah, this episode definitely highlights some stronger personalities than what we saw first
yes,
night.
yes,
But yeah, so Devin pulls Jen, and that was cute. They tried gelato,
yeah.
and then they did a comic show, right?
Stand-up comedy, which is tough.
Uh,
I'm sorry for me to watch because stand-up comedy is very hard, guys. It's
it's
so
so
hard. You
hard,
think you're a natural at it. If you do it well, that's just because you're a natural, and most people are not. So it was hard to watch. Plus,
especially,
the guys
yeah.
picked on Devin and roasted him. They didn't even do a great job, first of all. But secondly, this isn't about roasting another guy. It's about showing Jen that it's all in good fun. You're trying your best.
Yeah,
Maybe you tell some corny dad jokes, whatever.
I
Put the
know. Like,
focus on
like
her,
make some
not the
jokes about
guy.
like cultural stuff in Australia or like
Yeah,
I tried Vegemite today. Something
come on.
lighthearted.
Yes.
But literally all the guys like decided to pick on Devin. We didn't see everybody's
You didn't.
um, act. So in my head, I was telling her, and I was like, it would be smart if like if I were on there, I would make sure I didn't talk about Devin. So she would be like,
Yes.
oh, like
Stand
this
out.
person is actually here for me, but every guy seemed to take the bait. And like it just kind of got to Devin. I think he was kind of like, all right. Like I don't think he realized that he was getting under their skin as
I
much.
know. He's just being
But
himself.
pulling her, they got really upset by that. So
Yeah.
anyways, I guess they had some talk about it. Did we see that talk? I like don't even remember.
We didn't see, well, like the guys
Where he
talking
was
about
like,
it.
"Oh, I won't take time away from everyone."
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not sure because yeah, they said it later when the whole thing went down at the end
yeah,
that when the guys came back from the safari date that they said there was an understanding and that
right.
Devin said that, oh yeah, I understand, it got you guys, whatever, but he didn't say I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, it was
Like
so
he did
weird.
not. Like, so the guys, okay. We'll get to that though,
Yeah,
because like, so that night after that group date, once again, Devin takes her first, which, hey, he has every right to, guys.
yeah,
And Aaron gets miffed. Aaron shows up to talk to her. First of all, he starts out with, oh, hi, my name is Aaron, like this whole
yeah. Nice
thing.
to
And it
meet
was like,
you.
what are you doing?
It's like, what, you haven't talked to her in 2 days? Like, sorry you were traveling, and I guess I think that's him, just like kind of acknowledging that he barely talked to her at the group date. That's your
Yeah,
problem, bro.
but probably spend your time doing something else instead of getting mad at Devin for taking his
Hmm.
chance. Plus, I have to comment on the pearls. Okay, guys,
The pearl necklace.
mm,
Mm.
it's a choice.
He's
It's a
giving Marge Simpson.
it's sorry.
Oh.
I think like someone said this was similar to Brayden with the earrings during charity
Hmm.
season last summer.
Yeah.
I feel like it's different. I don't think it's quite the
I
same
feel
type of
like it's almost like he's trying to make it work, like
trying too
puka
hard.
shell necklace or
Yeah.
something. Like he's just trying to like be fashionable, but I don't know, his style is just
I don't
doesn't
know
make sense
about
to
it.
me. His
Yeah.
look with the pearl, and they're like big
Big,
pearls.
big,
They're
not
not
tiny.
like little
Yeah.
tiny pearls. They're like large, like mother of pearl pearls.
Yeah.
Like they are
Seriously.
really fancy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's wearing like a black polo,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just like, that doesn't match. Like if he had like a little bit of an edgier look, I would be like, all right, just kind of like with Brayden. Brayden overall,
Yeah.
his look like made sense with his earrings.
Yes. Yes.
The the pearls for Aaron, it was just
These,
it was a choice.
yeah, like an extra
Yeah.
accessory that maybe, I don't know.
Maybe he's
So
trying to stand up.
he's trying to
Maybe he's
stand
peacocking. Oh, he's
out. And that's
peacocking.
why he's upset with
He's like,
Devin
check
because
out my
Devin
nail
is
or my
so
pearls.
confident in getting in there and like taking his chances.
Yep.
But like, so Aaron goes up to him and basically, first of all, he calls him Dylan.
Oh,
He's
rude.
calling him Dylan. Aaron. So he calls him Dylan. Devin's like, it's Devin. Um, he's talking to him. He's upset with him. He eventually goes and grabs a self help book and says, "This has really helped me." And he says, "You know what? I just want you to win, man. Even if it's with Jenn, I just want you to win." And he gives him the book. And this is like if we go back to Tasha's season that Aaron's twin
Mm-hmm.
brother Noah was on, Noah had
Yes.
an issue. Well, Bennett had an issue with Noah. I'm not going to say Noah because I really
Yep.
like Noah. Bennett had an issue with
This is
Noah.
before we all really knew Noah, though,
Yes.
because like, he was just like this fun-loving guy at that
Yeah.
point. And I think
Young
that
boy
when we got
blues.
to know him better on Bachelor in Paradise, like that's where everyone really like grew to love him. But still, I mean, like he just seems like a young, fun
Young.
guy on that
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
So yes, I
Young.
think he needed a little help, as
And
Bennett
that's
thought.
That's why I think Bennett was like, because yeah, Noah was young. He was younger than most of the guys I think on Tasha's season. And so
Mm.
Bennett was very much like, oh, you're so young and blah, blah, blah. And he gave him a book,
An
which, guys,
emotional intelligence, right?
yeah, that is so
Oh
insulting.
my god.
And the
It
person who
is.
does it knows what they're doing. Okay. So we think the producers were like, hey, yeah, hey, Aaron, give the book to Devin. Because they're like, ha,
Little
ha, ha, this is
ellipses
like
over
the same
here.
thing.
It's just so silly. Like the pearl necklace, the wrong name,
Mhm.
the book, like it all just seemed so
Trying too hard.
scripted. I'm sorry. It just
Yeah,
seems so, it's like,
it's too
I don't
much.
know.
It's too
I
much.
really just, oh my
So,
gosh. Another thing though, like I do think that Aaron was mad at Devin,
mhm.
obviously, because he like took time. But
Yeah,
also like Devin did interrupt his date. Remember he brought in the ice cream?
he did it on purpose. Yeah,
Yeah. So
that was
like
after.
Devin started the date, then Aaron came in, and then Devin brought ice cream to Jen and took sorry, the date away from Aaron.
Yeah,
And then okay, and then with the ice cream, right? And it was like this tiny little ice cream, guys. It
yeah.
was like a baby ice cream. It wasn't
It
even
didn't even look
fancy
good.
looking.
Yeah,
It was like melted and
yeah.
chocolate with sprinkles and vanilla ice cream. Um, it was just so weird. Anyway, so like that's another reason why Aaron was so pissed at
Like,
Devin.
so Aaron, guys, this is the whole relationship with Aaron and Devin. Basically, is that they do not like each other. Devin maybe comes off brash to Aaron and some of the other guys, and they don't like it. He takes his opportunities, which is what you do on this show if you want to be with the person. That's okay.
Hmm.
And people like an Aaron feel like that's not right. We should all take turns, but that's not how this game works. And it is a game. So, I mean, it's just they have their issues there. And then while they're dealing with that and being kind of back and forth, we have Grant over here who's amazing and beautiful and is sitting down with Jen. And guess what? He gets the group date rose because he's not
Oh my
concerned about
gosh.
these games.
I literally was like, Grant, yes, I think he's top four now. Like he's moved up. So
Yeah.
now for me, it's Grant, Spencer, Sam M, and Marcus.
Sam, we'll get to him, guys. He's in the second group date, but the cocktail hour at the end definitely changed my view of Sam M. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel like he definitely probably goes top six, and maybe he does make it into the top four, but I do not think he's at the end. And I feel like he is playing the game in a kind of
Hmm.
a way that maybe isn't the nicest way. I think I'll put it
Yeah.
that way. So we go on to find out who the one-on-one date is, and it's Marcus. And their date is where they go to jump out of a plane.
Which is
Jen,
like his expertise as an Army
oh
Ranger,
yeah, because he
you
was an
know?
Army Ranger. So for him, it's like, oh yeah, I'm excited.
Let's do
And
it.
Jen's just kind of like, oh my gosh, because she's scared of heights. However, Jen goes through with it and she jumps out of that plane and she
Love
loved
it.
it.
It made me
So,
like actually feel like I could do it. I was like, she's scared of that. Could do it because I'm also really scared of heights. I've told my husband so many times like I would never go skydiving, but this is the first time that I was actually like, wow, it doesn't seem that bad, and it looks fun and cool. And then afterwards, when they landed, I think the adrenaline or something was like really strong for her because she landed a kiss on him like immediately. It was cute
yeah.
though.
And they say that like one of the reasons they do these kind of like terrifying activities on the show
Hmm.
is that it brings people closer when they're
Yeah.
on that date. And you know, like this is not the same thing because Charity and Dotton are amazing together and they're together now. But that was their type of date on her season, like jumping off the
Mm.
bridge in
Yeah, yeah,
Washington
yeah.
State. And it was just like it brought them together because they were both terrified together, but she also got to see that he was there for her. And that's how Jen said
Yeah.
Marcus was there for her.
That's
So it's
cute.
it's really great for Jen. I'm glad she's really happy. They go to a library for their like nighttime portion. That's where
Yeah,
they
so
talk and
cute.
Marcus talks about his trauma from his last deployment and how he almost died. And
Yeah.
it's I mean, that's
He had like surgeries upon surgeries,
yeah.
learn how to walk again. Like that really was
People he was
really
with
hard to
died.
hear. Yeah.
So it was very, yeah, it was awful. And, you know, Jen was there and she listened and she appreciated him telling her that. And she felt closer to him. And, you know, they ended the night with him getting the rose and making out. And so it was a lovely thing for Jen.
The
So,
beautiful cherry on top making out.
yeah. So then we go on to the other group date. This is the last one, which is the safari date, where
Oh
they,
my
well,
God,
safari
yeah.
photography. Um, so each
But with
guy,
real animals in
yes,
the Australian like Outback, I want to say.
Yeah, yeah.
So y'all know that they have some wild animals there. I'm
Some
thinking
real
spiders, I'm thinking snakes,
creatures.
creatures. But of course, Jen starts off with a cute koala bear.
Yeah.
It was adorable.
Yeah, like she had that and then the guys show up, they change, and we have gosh, poor Hakeem. I love Hakeem. He's so fun.
Oh, he really
He's
is such a sweetie.
he
I really like
is. He
him.
is. He's scared of spiders. And of course, like we always say, never tell the producers what you're actually scared of, guys. They will
They
put it in
will
your face.
traumatize you
Yes. Yes.
on TV in
Yes.
front of a potential life partner.
Yes.
And
Whether you're cast or
yeah,
lead, they will do that
yeah,
to you.
they don't
Never
care,
tell them your real fears.
right? But
So,
that was really funny that like of course he got a spider and honestly like the producers I will say they are upping their game with their little like
yeah.
profession captions. It
Yeah.
is so funny.
Yes.
We've been sharing them a little bit on Instagram, but like for Hakeem, what did they write for his?
Shouldn't
Let
have
me find
told
it.
us he was scared of
Yeah.
spiders or something.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They all expire now, so I can't see. But every single like we really need to watch those better. It is so funny when
That
because
one, but that one we
other
saw though.
what
We didn't see the
yeah.
others, I feel like, but that one that we saw.
Well, no, somebody else like I think it was actually Bachelorette ABC. They posted like all of them, like
Oh
all the
yeah.
funny ones, and I was
Mhm.
just like, I need to keep better watch for those. So yeah, fun way to actually we should make that a drinking game where every time we notice one, we should take a shot.
I
Or
don't
not a
know if I
shot,
could if
Jesus.
I'm drinking. That's the
A
problem.
sip, a sip.
Because guys, it doesn't take much for me.
But yeah, I
um,
think that would be kind of fun.
you just invented it. Now someone's
I
gonna have to
know.
take it.
Yeah.
If you use that idea, guys, you need to say it's Bachelor Butts. You can't just give me
Yeah,
feedback.
we came up with this drinking game
Thank you.
and I will do it. I mean, a sip, nothing, no shot. I think I was thinking about Pinot Grigio shots, which is like my new
Okay.
thing that I
Okay.
do. I
Okay.
heard about it on another podcast and I just think it's so funny and like genius kind of because it's like low alcohol. So it's like, whatever. It's like a little shot, but it's still like something. It kind of gets your blood going, like give you a little buzz.
A little something.
So it's like my new thing that I'm like doing instead of actual shots. Um, but yeah, okay, cool. So
So
the safari
Dylan,
date was really cute.
so
Hmm.
Dylan has the snake, and that was a huge snake, not venomous, but a huge
Yeah,
snake wrapped around him. Jen was like
like a
impressed.
scarf.
Yeah, wearing it like a scarf, like a
He
huge
was
one of those
literally
like
like,
really thick scarves, like
yeah,
and he was
he looked
totally
cute.
fine with it. And she was impressed by it. So he's the one at the end who she said he's going to go on with her to do the one-on-one that night. And the rest of
Hmm.
y'all are going back to the house.
I feel
Bye.
like Dylan's snake scarf was what Aaron was hoping his pearl necklace would be. But like, no, the snake. I will take a snake scarf over a pearl necklace on a man.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We just don't like the pearls.
I don't think we're the only ones. I think
No,
it
we're not.
confused a lot of people.
It did. And it's because, like you said, if his style was different, then it would
Yeah,
go better. It's that his
surprising.
style is more like preppy, like,
Abercrombie, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
And then pearls.
preppy,
Get the
clean
puka
cut.
necklace if you're going to do that.
Yeah, I know. I honestly would have
Totally fine.
preferred that. I feel like
Totally,
that's more
totally fine.
makes more sense. But you know
It's fine.
what? Whatever. Live and let
Live
live.
you.
It's just not
Yeah.
my thing. And
Yeah.
I was just surprised.
That's
So
all. Yeah. We're surprised. Okay.
I'll be done talking about
Do
that
your
now.
thing, Erin. Yeah. We're not
Stop
going to talk about it
talking to you.
anymore. We're just surprised. That's all.
The necklace.
Okay. So then,
I need to see if it comes back. That's my next question. Okay, sorry. Go on. Move on.
I know, right?
So how
Um,
was the
So
one-on-one?
Dylan
Oh, I'm
is doing
sorry.
his one-on-one with Jen. He tells her how his parents have been married for a very long time. They met and got married within 6 months. She was like, "Whoa!" But
Yeah.
then again, you guys are on this show, but that's getting married, not just engaged. And he said that's what he's looking for. He just seems like a very mature young man. He's 24, guys, but he's a medical student, so he has goals. He does seem very
Hmm.
mature. He hasn't been involved in the drama. And it just seems like a very nice, together young man. And I think she likes that about him. I think she sees him being like solid like a rock type of thing. And
Hmm.
she appreciates
He's like
him.
a gentle giant,
Yes, yes,
you
because he's so
know?
tall, guys.
He's so tall,
He's
but
so
like
tall.
sweet,
He's so tall and sweet and
teddy
smart.
bear. Hmm.
Like, So she gave him a rose, of course. They make out. They go outside, and we see the outdoor making out that we see every season.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just a lovely evening. Meanwhile, back at the house,
Mm,
things are getting spicy.
yep.
So of course, like we mentioned before, the guys are miffed in saying that some people are getting more time than others, and Devin feels like they're looking at him and expecting him to say something, so he does. But I think they misinterpreted that to mean that he was just going to let them all go ahead of him. That's not what he said,
Yeah, I think he
guys.
said, what did, I mean, wait, so they didn't really show what he said, right?
They did actually,
They
because
did?
they did, but I don't remember. It was something like, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna like step aside for first time. It
Yeah.
was something like that. Like I don't
I think
remember
he said
exactly how
something
he
about how,
put it.
like, I'm going to be respectful of your time. And
Yeah.
I think they all took that to mean that you're not going to like keep pulling her.
Oh, which, guys, that's on
And
you.
then he pulled her. But then later he was like, well, I pulled her first so that you guys could have the rest of the night. I'm
Devin,
sorry.
Devin,
No.
Devin, come on.
In
Come
that moment, I was like, come on, Devin, just say I pulled her because, like, that's why I'm here.
on.
I
Yeah.
was the fastest. Sorry. I asked my husband and I was like, would you have pulled me right away? And he's like, yes. I'm like, yeah. Like sometimes you just do that. And I would have pulled him. Not
Hello.
everybody has that like assertive
Yeah,
personality, of
exactly.
course, but like that's okay too. You don't have to be the first. You can be patient and
Yeah,
talk to her later. Like
yeah.
it's just
And
weird how like they're mad.
it's the
Like if you're not that
quality of the
person. Yeah.
conversation because I'm gonna harken this back to former Bachelor Bachelorette seasons that we have covered in the one before. That
Yeah.
the people who won weren't always the ones who pulled the lead first. They were just the
Mhm.
ones who
Look
had
at
the best
Kelsey.
conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Mhm.
Kelsey,
She
I
was
don't
like,
think
I
she
don't
was
want to pull him.
ever the one who pulled him
No,
first. Ever. Like,
no,
but they ended up together. Charity and Dotton. Dotton wasn't even featured in the first episode of the season.
nope,
He was
nope.
barely featured in the second episode. We didn't really know who
hmm
this guy was until the second episode, and he wasn't pulling her first. Neither was Joey when he was on her season. So it's like, guys, come on. It's not a big deal. Get out of your head. Maybe watch it a
Yeah,
little to get an idea of what happens, and just calm it down and do you, and just be confident. And remember, it's the quality of the conversation and the connection, not pulling someone first.
but
This
it's
is
like
not a
funny to
race.
me because like the quality of like Aaron's conversation with her was incredibly low. It was like,
Mhm.
"Hi, I'm Aaron. Nice to meet you. So
Yeah,
happy to be here with you. You're
exactly.
so pretty."
Hmm.
Like he didn't
Surface.
really. Oh, I don't know. He needs a
Yeah.
book on how to talk to people.
See, and
Why?
Devin
Acting like
was
such an Aaron hater. I really don't hate him or anything,
we
guys.
don't hate him. Oh
I was
no.
just so shocked at like
It's editing
his
too,
choices.
guys.
Yeah.
And we don't know what
Mhm.
producers are telling him
True.
what to do. Let's keep that in
True.
mind. Like producers, they're like, this is perfect. Let's use this guy. Because you know what? Like, I feel like maybe they also look at the personalities of the cast ahead of time and they're like, who can we get to do what? That would be the smart thing to do, I feel like. No,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to be like whatever, but it's like it's entertainment. This is a show, and they're producing
Yeah.
a show. And so, yes, there is love that is found in this show, of course. So there's reality there too, but like
Yeah.
real reality. But I also think that obviously they must know when they go through this cast and they get to know these people in the beginning and going through it that they're thinking, oh well, this person will probably be able to do this. Like he'll listen to us on this, or this person really wants to be in front of the camera, so he'll probably do
Mhm.
this. You know, like I
Yeah.
feel like there's something to that. And we don't hate Aaron, nothing against Aaron. I just think the editing is not making him look good. And we don't know what producers are doing. I think the book thing was probably a producer thing. And, we'll see what happens with Aaron the rest of the time. But like you said, his
Yeah.
conversations that they showed did not reach the depths of like a conversation that Devin had, for example. And
Yeah.
Devin was genuine with his conversations.
Yeah. At least he's being himself. Like
He
he says
is.
it multiple times, like
Yes.
kind of bringing us back to what we were saying earlier, like,
Yeah.
where we were at in our
Yeah.
recap. But it's like he literally just keeps saying, like, listen, I'm just like being myself. I'm being authentic.
Mhm.
Like, take it or leave it. That's it. He's like, let me tick.
Yeah.
Like,
Seriously.
let me just, be me, keep my life going. And I think all the guys still were really upset. Are we at that point yet?
Oh yeah, cocktail. Let's go cocktail hour,
So let's talk about the cocktail hour.
guys.
The boys are,
It was a lot.
yeah,
The
yeah,
drama's a lot, and parts of
they're
it, I'm
all in
like,
their
is
heads.
it all 100%, or is it being orchestrated partially?
So who do you think is orchestrating it the most, Arena?
Well, so here's the thing. I feel like so with the drama, obviously, producers help that too, right? We know this.
Yeah,
But in
but
terms
beyond
of,
that.
yeah, so in terms of the drama and what's going on in the house with the people, I have my suspicions of Sam M because,
Mhm.
guys, remember at the beginning of the cocktail hour, I believe that what Devin took her first again, and he went with her, and then Spencer was gonna go. Spencer, because it was like probably been like a few minutes. He was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Jen." And then
Yeah,
Sam M goes, "Hey, no, wait a minute. Let my man T Win go ahead. T Win's got to go talk to her." And he points. He's like, "T Win, why don't you go?" What was that? T Win, why don't you go and be the one who makes a fool of himself? Because
because he
then
was the one getting
Thomas,
heated, and he was like,
yes,
"Oh, better you than
than
little
me.
Spencer, who's like not gonna, not little, but who's like kind of like more relaxed about it." I don't think
Yeah.
Spencer was upset, but
Yeah,
Thomas
Spencer was
was.
just like, okay. Which I will say this, I like you, Spencer. I would have then been like, though, no, man, I'm going. I'm gonna go talk to her. This is my chance.
Again,
Like,
yeah,
I mean, come
you
on, man.
can't like feed into the group drama. You
Yeah,
have to stay focused on
yes,
the relationship with the lead. Like,
yeah. Don't get wrapped up in
and
that group
that's the issue
drama.
with this episode. A lot of the guys
So many.
spent a lot of energy on Devin and not on
So
Jen.
crazy. Or they were like Sam
So
M, and even though they were putting a lot of energy on Devin, they made sure Jen did not see that.
yeah,
So Thomas goes, takes first of all, he grabs Devin's hand when he walks up there. Come on, man, I need to talk to you, or let's go over here for a second. Instead of saying to Devin, hey man, I need my time with Jen, and sitting down with Jen, they leave Jen alone for like 10 minutes sitting there. She goes, gets up
she's
and
literally
listens
like
in.
listening over the
Yeah.
corner.
Who wouldn't? Good job, Jen.
Yeah, but like what? And she was even like, "What am I doing?
I
I'm
know.
so bored. I'm alone."
Yeah.
Like,
So stupid. And then
oh
Thomas is
man,
busy yelling at him, getting frustrated. And it was like, you should
but
put this
like
energy into talking
really
to her.
frazzled. He was so
Yes,
he was like
frazzled.
sputtering a little bit. I was like, "Ooh, Thomas!" Like
It was
it
really
was
tough.
definitely a
Tough to watch.
yeah.
Tough to watch.
I just don't see like after that. I can't see her like choosing that kind of
No,
energy.
no, she
Hopefully,
won't.
he gets himself together.
Yeah. I hope that was just a lapse of judgment. But yeah, I don't see her bringing him to the end at this point now. Um,
Mm-mm.
but so they have that whole thing, and even Devin's like, "Hey, man," and I don't know if it was in that conversation or later where he's like, you could have been taking that energy and talking to Jen, not me." Even
Mhm.
he's like, "Hello." So, anyways, when Thomas goes and
Yeah,
sits down with Jen, and she's like, "So what was that about?" And he's trying to explain it. She's like, "Yeah, but you basically left me here sitting here for like 10 minutes. Was that really the
like you
best use of
wanted
time?"
time with me, yet
Yeah,
you wasted my
yeah,
time. Like that is not what she wants. Like
nope,
that is not feeling like these guys are choosing her. I would
exactly.
be so annoyed if I
I would
were
be
her. Oh my
so
God.
annoyed.
I would literally just be like, next. Like who
Yeah,
else, you
right?
know?
And then Sam M comes up and he's like, "Hey, yeah, I'm just gonna take her. Hey, man, like whatever." Doesn't bring it up at all, of course.
He
Doesn't
doesn't
bring it
really
up at all,
care.
and then just makes out with her hardcore. Feral,
I
probably.
feel like he really doesn't even care. He's just kind
No.
of what you were saying the other day about how like he's using this as an opportunity to like kind of get other people out of his way, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, perfect. Like he's going a little crazy.
He's getting
So like
really,
let's ride that until he's out,
yeah.
you know, and it makes him look more calm. And he was focused on her. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't mention it,
Yep.
which I'm sure Thomas expected him to.
Yep.
So
Don't think people are by your side, people.
keep
This
your
is a
friends
game,
close, but your
and your
enemies closer.
that's right.
That's
So
truly like
They have their time, Sam and her,
Oh.
a lot of making out, we know.
Hmm.
And then we also see her time with, gosh, was it Jonathan that she talked to at the cocktail hour too? She likes
Yeah.
Jonathan. She does really like him.
Yeah.
Um,
They have like a similar glow up. They were like
yeah,
talking about how they used to be like kind of unpopular and like he was chubby, I think.
yeah, and
Um,
I think yeah, he said he like didn't glow up until later on,
yeah,
and she was like, yeah, me too. And so,
they
yeah,
bonded along.
so basically at the end, only three guys go home, and we have the
Brian
rest
went
of
home.
the
I was
boys.
surprised by
Brian,
that.
Ethan, I.
Yeah.
And so he's gone, and Johan was gone,
Mhm.
and the luxury event planner, I forget his name.
Marvin.
Marvin. Yes, it is
That's
Marvin.
what it is.
Great. Okay,
Marvin.
yeah, Marvin. So Marvin, you're a great guy, just not for
Yeah.
Jen.
Brian, Marvin, and Johan.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, so what do
yeah.
we
So now that we've like talked about the episode, who do you think your top? Let's do top three. Who do you think your top three are
oh,
then?
top three. That's harder. Oh my gosh.
Do you have a top three? Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Well, top four, whatever.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. She really likes Devin. Like she connects
Yeah,
with
I
him
think Devin.
deeper than just the surface. And even though he may come off annoying and brash to other people, he's there for her and he makes her know it. So yes, he's in my top. Um,
Yeah.
and the
And
news
I
about
actually do
Marcus,
feel that he is being
he
genuine.
is.
I
Like I feel
know
like
that
he is.
throws me.
So Marcus, but we have to base it off of she doesn't know this that we know now.
I
Um,
know that's the thing that sucks about being the Bachelorette.
yeah,
Like you literally have no idea about all these deep dives and stuff that people are gonna do after you've already like chosen your person or gotten rid of someone maybe that you wish you hadn't. Like
yeah.
it sucks. But yeah, I mean, as far as the show goes, from
Hmm.
her perspective, who do you think
Yeah.
the top three are? Or whatever.
Marcus is in there.
Yeah.
Don't feel great about that personally. Um, and seriously, can I say real quick? They need to do better about their background checks.
I know.
I'm
They
surprised.
can't interview family and
I thought that's
friends
what they
and
would
girl
do. Isn't
exes.
this should be
Yeah.
like this should be like applying for a government job, a
Background
federal
check.
government job. Like
Yeah.
do your research, guys, because
100%.
this is messed up, and I
It's
do
like
not.
dangerous for the lead.
It
Like,
is
can you imagine if
like
they like set her up with someone who's
oh
like
my
abusive?
gosh, oh
That's
my
makes me
gosh,
sick.
this is yes, and so what's going on with that? And like we said, we're going to learn more, guys. We know more is going to come out and we'll report on it, but that just is extremely disturbing and just there's no place for it. And I'm surprised that they would even let this guy on the show. That being
Hmm.
said, like we said, she doesn't know any of this. This show filmed back in the spring. So I'm going to put Marcus in there, Devin in there. And then I'm not sure. I love Grant.
I
Um,
know.
but there's a thing with Grant. He's so fine, guys. And he does try to talk to her. And I really do like him. But his questions sometimes seem a little like he's trying really hard to get deep, which there's nothing wrong with because you need to take the time to really, learn about the person. But
Yeah. And the producers are like, share something deep, and you're like,
yeah. Yeah, and you're like, oh, okay, I
um,
like like,
yeah,
but I don't know. I don't 100% know yet, but I do really like Grant, and she really likes him, so he's up there too. That was
yeah.
four. Did I name three or four? I don't even know.
I think you
Three.
named three:
Did I name three? So the
Devin,
fourth,
Marcus, and Grant.
I can't do a fourth right now because I'm all over the place with certain
Okay, you
people.
don't think Sam M is top four?
I hope he's not. Sorry, because
Yeah,
he.
that is based off of his current behavior
Yes,
in the show.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
feel
love this
like
man,
if he keeps, I mean, he could be playing it really well, you
but
know?
in
I
a
mean,
in a
like I heard in a podcast that okay, someone said like, "Oh, he's a dog." And Jen, oh, it was The Bachelor. So they interviewed her. They're like, "He's a dog," you know? And she's like, "Hey, I like dogs. You see dog, I see puppy." And I was like,
Yeah,
that
I
is
mean,
totally
they're physically attracted to each
her
other.
thing. And I
Yeah.
don't want to say like it's her toxic trait,
Oh no,
but
yeah,
it could
I
be her
know.
pattern. You know,
Um,
she sees
oh,
a dog, or you see a dog, she sees a puppy. Like,
Yeah.
So does these dogs.
What he showed was
Oh,
that's one way
Arena.
to play the
Okay, there she
game, but that was kind of um like a unkind way to play the game. You know what I mean? Like Devin's playing the game like he's just being confident and taking like that's okay. But to play it where
Yeah,
you're manipulating people or using people, that's what it seems like based on editing. I don't know,
yeah,
but that's the way the editing looks.
yeah. For me, I think I'm gonna say Grant. I do think he's top four. Grant, I do think Marcus, again, based off of what she knows. I do think Sam M because I think he's just gonna weasel his way up there.
Yeah.
And then last, I still think Spencer. I don't know. I haven't
Oh
seen
right,
them a
Spencer.
lot, but I still think that they just have like a cuteness and
Oh,
like, I mean, I love when they really think about like their real life
yeah,
after
yeah.
the season is over. And I just feel like they would have such a fun little cute life of like her like getting to play with puppies and all these sorts of animals at his job with him. Like it just seems cute. So,
And he
you
started
know,
his own
I just
business
think
too,
he's
guys.
nice.
Like
I
this is a
know,
very lucrative
entrepreneur.
company he created. So out of a love of animals, and
Yeah.
photography. So yeah, Spencer. I don't know why I keep forgetting about Spencer. He seems like such a nice guy, and not because I'm forgetting about him, but that's actually a good thing. That means you're not
Oh.
in the drama, Spencer.
You know
So that's
what?
a
I keep forgetting about Devin though. I have to put him in my top. Oh, that would be my top five. Devin's
okay.
in there. I mean, it's like I say, "Oh, Devin, I think she's gonna like it," and then I forget about him. That's funny. It's just again, it's new in the season, guys.
It's
We're
new,
getting
guys. It's
used to
early on.
everything.
We will probably adjust it a little
Oh
because
yeah,
like by the fourth or fifth episode, we'll know because we knew last time.
yeah,
Like by that fourth
yeah.
or
By
fifth
the end,
episode.
I mean, our predictions are gonna get more and more boring because it's we're probably gonna say the same thing every time.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna be
it's
obvious.
fun in the beginning.
Yeah.
So let us
Same.
know who you think is the top four or five.
Yeah.
And we did actually do a little poll thingy on our Instagram last week about like first impression, what people think. And our viewers said Marcus, Thomas Wynn, and who was the last one? Do you remember? Here it is. Okay.
No.
And Spencer. Oh, okay. Thomas, Marcus, and Spencer. But that was, of course, like them choosing from our top six. So it wasn't really like a question for everybody to answer. But overall, we are excited to see what happens next. I hope that, I definitely think that Devin and Thomas or Devin and Aaron will be the 2-on-1.
Mm-hmm.
I'll,
And it'll be Devin that he gets to stay.
you
That's my
think?
opinion.
Yeah, we'll
He's the
see.
Maria maybe,
He is giving Maria vibes.
but I think
Like
he
just
goes
being
further than
himself.
Maria does. Yeah.
We'll see.
Mhm. We'll see.
All right. Well, we did it, Arena.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Thank
and
you
only
guys.
a couple baby interruptions today, but
Yeah.
we edited those out.
But we'll
We
see
did
you
it.
guys. Thanks for joining us. And
Yeah.
we will see you next week for the next recap
Woo.
of The Bachelorette with Jen Tran, season 21, episode 3
Yes.
this week. And our
All
season
right.
2.
Uh-huh.
So,
All right.
bye.
See you guys next week. Bye.